What is going on, guys? Now, I got the U4 Ridge Racer in the garage because I've been wanting to rip it around. And I have a reason for that. I have a new battery that my friends at Hobbyking sent me from Turnigy. They sent me this one a while back for my FMT10. And it has been fantastic. I love it. This has got a lot of punch to it. It's 140C rating. 8,000 milliamp, and it lasts forever. So when they reached out and asked if there's something else we can collaborate on, I was like, yeah, I definitely got something I need here. Batteries that fit in here are hard to find, for one thing, unless you go with like 2, 3S packs separate, you know what I mean. But anyway, I got on there looking to see what I could find, and I found this bad boy right here. Now, unfortunately, it's raining. Yesterday when I got off work, this just arrived, so I charged it, but it was dark before it was charged. I've been stoked about wanting to run this thing today, and been raining all day. So when I got home from work, it was out of the question. The good news is I got something behind me to unbox in this video, and that's where we're going. But first, I still want to tell you about this battery because I noticed it's on sale right now. And so I'm just going to start off with the bad news. This thing's $104. But the good news is right now I seen it on sale for 67 bucks. I think it was 68 bucks. It's like $37 off because of a flash sale. I don't know how long that's going on. But here's the highlights of the battery though. You might have already noticed it if you kind of are used to a 6S pack. If not, let me show you. First thing that stands out, let's just get to it. A 6S pack is actually 22.2 volts. This is a high voltage for 22.8 volts. So it might not be a lot of power, an extra 6 or a 0.6, but I bet it makes a difference. Now, this is a 700 milliamp, 80C rating, or no, I mean 7,500 is what I meant to say, 7,500 milliamp. I don't know where that came from. 80C rating, and I charged it up. It's ready to go. I just gotta wait on the weather now so I can get it out there. It wasn't raining. I thought I was gonna make it out yesterday, and it just got too dark. So I just wanted to go ahead and at least start out by mentioning this was on sale. They also have pretty much any battery you need, they'll have. They got all the batteries. Just click on the link for Hobbyking. Check out all their Turnigy batteries. They also got drones and planes and stuff, but batteries are... Oh, and also another thing about this one is the way it's got the... It's a soft pack, but it's got this like plastic that goes all the way around it for protection, and I really like that because see my other pack here, you can see the battery cells almost where they just loop through. And the problem I'm having on this one is I can't turn this one around this way to where this end that's curved fits where I need it, because then the plug won't reach. This one, it fits that way, and that's what makes it perfect, because when it's facing the other way, there's a piece of plastic that rubs the battery right here, and that one's even bigger. So that's not a good thing if you got a spot rubbing through your battery. Now the tape is only on here to protect it from like sliding on like gravel in the battery tray, because sometimes it just moves around a little bit and it scratches the pack. So I just put some tape on there just to protect that. There's nothing wrong with it. But up here, it wore the tape off just from rubbing. It's not the link itself, it's the plastic bit that the link is mounted to. So this battery is even bigger, but that's okay because it fits in backwards. I can fit it in like this, and then this cord is still long enough to reach around and plug in. It's got an XT90, which I have to reduce it to the XT. Well, that's actually a EC5 that I have to use adapters for, but that's all right. So as soon as the weather gives me a moment to get that out, we're going to rip this bad boy. So now, I was kind of sad that it was going to be raining after work and I wasn't going to get a rip around and try out that battery until I got home and realized that I had a couple packages here. Now, the one on top we'll just have to never mind that one for right now. That's a surprise for another day. But this one right here, this is a surprise for today. So let me move that other one out of there. You can ask, but I can't tell. So we'll save that for another time. All right. Now, so me and Taco have been waiting on this bad boy for a couple days. Actually, very quick shipping. You know, Amazon, for the most part, I can really say Amazon does well. There's been a couple times that they've got me, and I don't think it's Amazon so much as the seller. So now that we got that little FMS package out of the way, that was a teaser, that's all that was. Let me get out my knife. This is something that I've seen years ago and actually thought about getting one. And then I've seen a lot of other people get them and actually really be impressed with it. Not expecting to be, because I think we all have the same thing in mind when we get it. It looks fantastic. It's not going to perform very well, but it's great to have in the collection. And at least that's the way I'm looking at it. But I also was thinking about it. I was like, I don't have any from this company yet. It will be my first. I'll go ahead and say it, RGT. I have no RGTs in my collection. So, now, watch out there, Taco. Let's just go ahead and set this up to where maybe I can get this on there. Bam. Oh, completely upside down. So, okay, we got that bad boy out of the box. Again, this is not something that's going to wow a lot of people. I'm sure nobody really cares too much about it by now. It's been out so long. But it's just always been something that has caught my eye. I've wanted it for quite a while, actually, but it's like, I know it's not going to be great and all that stuff. It's just more about me buying this to put in my collection. I really think it looks good. And I'm getting here lately to where different is better sometimes. I have so many of the same style trucks. They're close in wheelbase and all this, you know. It's like driving the same thing over and over. So I look for something a little more different and unique. And this being a very short wheelbase compared to my other trucks is what drew me to it. If you were to go and get one of these Broncos and then park it next to a Blazer, a 70s Blazer or whatever, they should not be the same wheelbase. You know, go get you an Axial CJ7 or get their early Bronco. They're the same. Big old bubbly. Their Bronco, well, the CJ7 is probably oversized too then if you look at it that way. But anyway, that Bronco would be more like a 1.8 instead of a 110 if you were to actually go by that wheelbase. That's just my opinion. This is proper. If you were to get one, this is probably proper scale size. I ain't got it out of the box, so I don't know for sure, but from what I've seen. So we're not going to beat around and do a whole bunch of box stuff here because this has been around forever. Again, I think this is the V3 version of it. And the biggest difference I noticed people talk about is like the windows used to be dark tinted stickers like this and maybe not even clear enough. I think they were painted. So now you get a tinted window you can see through. So you got all this other stuff. If y'all want to see any of this, go ahead and pause if you can. I'm not going to go through all of it. I'm pretty sure this comes with a battery and everything, a little nickel metal hydrant probably. But anyway, nothing that you're missing here. I just want to go ahead and get her out of the box, to be honest. I'm curious. I don't see Bronco anywhere on the box. And I did cut the tape, but I have not lifted this yet. Oh, yeah. There was a couple of things that drew me to this, even though it's such a different, small, unique truck. But there was a couple of things that kind of had me a little worried about getting it, like the smaller motor. I don't know if I'll be able to upgrade it. Ooh, I love the bubble wrap. We got our everyday Fly Sky remote here that goes to everything, which is a good thing. Hey, well, that means I can use my digital Fly Sky remote now. It's sweet. It's going to be interchangeable. Nice sticker sheet. I'm a fan of sticker sheets. Like, when you get a bunch of nonsense that you really don't need, I love it. As you can tell, I put them all through my garage, so love me stickers. So now, what we got to do to get this thing to come out of there? It's got some tiny tires on it. All right, coming on out. Oh yeah, come on. Boom, baby. I love it. I've been looking at tires already on Amazon, and I have not bought none yet because I wanted to make sure I got the right size. Well, those actually don't feel bad for such a street looking tire. I wonder if I can get them off those glued rims. That looks pretty darn good. Yeah, I love being surprised sometimes. Now that's something holding it, or is it supposed to go on the outside of that? We'll see later. So man, you know what? I mean, that's on point with size. I had the Bronco 2, which was, what, the 80s version of the small Bronco? Maybe it was 90s. I can't remember the year now. But the one I had was tiny for a Bronco. Four-wheel drive and everything. It actually did really good in snow, but it was tiny. It reminds me of that. I mean, that is pretty good. That's pretty good looking. I'm kind of surprised right now. I don't like how that body kicks right there, and maybe something's holding it. Both sides the same way. No, why does this side look... I guess these are adjustable, and it's just not uneven, because look at this. This side fits perfect the way I'd want it to. The other side is on the outside of it. And when you push it back in, see, that goes right like it's supposed to. I bet they're adjustable, but that's okay. So I'm still kind of blown away with how good it looks. I'm actually really surprised. Let's just go ahead and do that while we're here. Shabam. Now, a couple things that I'll point out real quick, even though y'all probably know more than I do. This white top is actually a second piece of Lexan they have on top of here. It's kind of crookeder than crap too, but anyway, you can take off your roof rack. You can take this white top off, and it's painted the same color underneath as your roof. Put your rack back on if that's what you want. I kind of like the white, so we'll leave that alone. I don't like that. It's like kind of uneven. I'm OCD about stuff, but hey, it's all good. I do like it. I don't know why I like it so much, but I do. Let me get my scissors out. All right, we got them zip ties cut. Let's see if she's coming on out. Oh yeah. Again, I'm already impressed with this truck. Oops. Had a little bag of, oh, that's the charger. Was in the cardboard I almost threw down there. That's a cool little charger. It's actually got a Dean's plug on the end. Oh, because it's a nickel metal hydrate. Yeah, so you got to charge it that way. Okay, I get it. I was wondering why I had that on there at first. And then I figured it out because I'm smart enough to figure that out. Oh man, this actually looks good. Needs a little trimming. He's tiny looking. This is a little feller. I love it. I actually was getting it just because it's the size. You see, that's off. There's got to be an issue right here that I'm not happy about. Maybe that's adjustable, I'm hoping. I don't know. If there's something else, we'll see. Oh, it's the battery. The battery was sticking over there. Kind of probably got it worked a little bit, but yeah, that's better. I knew something was going on. Them tires are actually they're kind of supple. I like that. Those actually might be better than I thought they'd be. I'm really curious to see what these can do. Turning radius is to be expected. That's actually not bad. That's decent. That's actually pretty good. If it turns that far with a servo, that's not bad at all. So okay, now crooked window stickers. I hate that. I'm OCD, but that's okay. I love the grill. Okay, y'all. I got the stock battery over here on my charger. I'm charging it through this thing right here, my Ruco power station. the R299, because it's got a light on the bottom that lights up. And over here, when I use this one, it's all the way down on the ground. You can't see it. It won't reflect up. So at least here, I can see it reflecting on the ground. I'll know when it turns green, which I believe it turns green because when I first plugged it in, it was green and then went red. So now then, I also have a couple other ones I could use in there that are just small lipos, but they'll do the job. One of these, I think a cell quit on. I was trying to charge, and it, I think this is a good one, the poofy one. Is actually a good one, but yeah, one of the cells, it just kept saying it wasn't charging on one of them. Now, probably the most impressive thing of the entire truck is how well that thing is bubble wrapped. Look at this thing, man. It's like, you ever know them balls you get in and go in the water, take off running down a waterfall and a big old rolly ball? That's what it reminds me of. Won't even hurt it. So, I don't even know where the hell you start at. Oh, okay. I'm trying to figure out how you get in there. That's actually really cool. Alright. I had to take a break for a minute, and while I did that, battery finished charging, so I went ahead and threw in some double A's in the controller. We'll be able to test this thing out here on the garage floor. Now, being these are just your budget-friendly Fly Sky RTRs, I love them, to be honest. I mean, they feel good in your hand, minus that they didn't give you the foam. A lot of them don't. FMS, it's like every other one, you get a foam on there. I don't understand that yet. So what I do, somewhere around here, I got a foam that I take off controllers and just pass it to the next one all the time off a different controller. I just put it right over it. But anyway, this one here is one of the little bit better ones. It has all your settings that can control your ESC from the controller. So, for example, like your brake rate, or whether you want brakes or just forward reverse. On the older ESCs, you had to pull the little thing out and move it over to make the brake change. The same with the battery cutoff. If you went LiPo or one of these type batteries, you had to switch it. On here, you can do that, and it changes, you know, the feature. Well, it lets you know, or it makes the car shut off before the battery dies too much, just by flipping the dial instead of switching it on the ESC. And then, of course, your drag brake rate. Sorry, say that 3 times fast. You can go from 50, 75, 100% just through those buttons. So it's not too fancy, but yet it's got quite a bit going on with it, to be honest. And it has battery light. I believe it'll tell you if this one's charged or dead, and it tells you about the car down here at the bottom. I'm not sure. There's one red and one green, and then the bottom says car. So I don't know if that comes on once the car's turned on. I ain't turned it on yet. We'll see. These might not be charged, might not be good batteries either. So I was just curious. I thought the green light would have came on, and it didn't. So now let's just get into the good stuff here. It's a good looking little truck. I'm gonna tell you now, it's so small looking, but yet it looks like proportioned correctly for a 110 of a Bronco. I'm telling you, I just feel like they really nailed it by going the size they did. Especially when you think about the Axial SEX 10.3 Bronco. That thing's huge. It would have to be at least a 1/8 scale if you compared it, because it has the same wheelbase as a K5 Blazer and everything, you know. So, at least on the RCs. So you got your 2-in-1 Fly Sky receiver here. I don't know if you can run this on 3S or not, honestly. Yes, you can. It says 2 and 3S. Nice. I wasn't sure because this has such a small motor. I didn't know if that, I don't know if the motor would like it either. It's got a little 390 can. And that right there alone is the one thing that kept me from buying this for as long as it did. I wanted to know if I could put a 540 in here, and I never did figure that out. I seen the title of a video on YouTube where it says putting the 540 can in the Bronco, but it never shows any info about all that. It just shows the truck driving, and I'm not sure what's going on, if they changed everything or it's just the motor or what. So that'll probably be one of the first things we do for an upgrade, is find out if I can put in a 540. If I can, then we'll go to a Hobbywing 1080. We'll do the whole shebang. But for now, we're just going to leave it alone, run it stock, see how she does. Let's plug in this stock battery. Now these are only 7.2 instead of 7.4. So don't forget, guys, you can click on that link for Hobbyking, and they have all your battery needs taken care of, I'm telling you. I mean, you might not get everything you're looking for, but from what I can tell, everything I need, they got. So, it's pretty cool. Now then. So you got, these are your plugs for the lights. It's not a bad setup at all, the way they did it. Now, I could have unplugged it straight from the ESC when I took the body off, but this was numbered 1 and 2. And then when you unplug it up here, which these you can plug 2 in as well on each one. There's only 1 on the body for each side, but you can actually add extra lights. I just realized. Well, I didn't just realize it. I realized it a few minutes ago. So there's actually 3 wires here. I didn't realize that. I thought that I only seen 2 earlier. I'm losing my mind? No. But I think one of these was plugged in. The white one, I think, was plugged here. So now I need to look at what I'm doing, because I do remember the white ones look like they're headlights. These. So the white goes to the number 3 channel. Okay. It's numbered. Never mind. Never mind. I know what's up. So this is actually a lot better than I thought it was for the lights. So we'll go 2 to 2. Come on. 2 and 2. We got 1 and 1 right here. That's why I unplugged them where I did, so I know. So then 3, I can't really see. I'm going to have to move this so I can get over there. Pretty sure that just means channel 3, wherever that's at. Maybe I can read this better. There we go. I can almost read it better. Yeah, I thought it'd be the next one down. Is that supposed to be 1, 2, 3 there? Yep. So, okay, I noticed my mirror was kind of dangling over here, and when I went to check it out, it broke off. So we have a broken mirror. I can glue it back on, but it probably won't last long. Not a big deal. So now then, let's go ahead and just turn it on, see what's up. Shabam. We'll see what kind of features we actually get. Well, it looks like the lights get to work from a button. I thought maybe they were just going to come on automatically or something. Now, I don't think there is any top ones. I know there ain't actually. So I plugged one of them into 3, didn't I? Okay, so that's 3. There's 1 brightness. Yeah, no difference in those. So I'm going to guess these are the others. Okay. We got a hazard. Or no hazard. Hazard or no hazard. So the back ones come on when I hit the other button there. So we got hazards in the back, but I don't see any lights. Well, ain't that about a rip off? So maybe I was right about there not being a tail light. So as you can see, you got your lights under your sticker, which I do that a lot, like I said. It's something I do with all my Pro-Line type bodies when I get one and paint it. I still put the stickers, I just leave it clear under it. But no red, I mean, really? That's okay, I got a lot of red bulbs. I bought a 50 pack a while back. So I'm not gonna complain. We got flashing lights for whatever reason we need them for. So now, let's see. Steering servo moves pretty good. Let's turn it around. See how she backs up. Okay. I was not expecting that good of control right off the bat. I'm not gonna lie. Oh wow. I did not expect that. Even when I get on it a little bit, it's got pretty good control, and that steering's not bad for such a little wimpy servo. It does seem like I need to adjust that over, but they do adjust. I don't know why it seems like it's further that way than this way. Oh well. So, it takes a standard size servo, so that's always a good thing. I didn't know for sure about that either. When I read that it was a 6 kg, I'm like, are you kidding me? They make a 6, but hey. But to be honest, most of these controllers are usually got dual rate turned down. So let me make sure it's turned up. Nope, it was turned down. Now it's up. Oh yeah, look at that. That's actually got a really good radius, but it probably don't like that. So let's turn it down a little bit. That's better. That ain't bad. I mean, there's some, oh, the turn signals work. I just noticed that. Okay, so it does have indicators, duh. Never mind me half the time. I am dyslexic, so everything I say, go, just reverse it. Just don't flip it and reverse it. Oh. I need to drive this on something. It don't sound bad. I don't know if it's got metal gears. I didn't read any of that. Like I said, I bought this thing just because of the looks. And speaking of looks, there's a sticker on the door that's got to go. We don't need that. Whatever that is. It's RGT off-roading. No offense, RGT, but just don't need it on my Bronco, really. We'll get it. We'll get it soon. Well, that ain't bad having turn signals. All I gotta do is put some red tail lights, and there's 2 extra plugs on the light thing for lights, so that's not a problem at all. Now, I was already looking at tires for it. I gotta figure out how tall these are, but I got a measuring tool now. This thing turns on a dime almost, then. I like this truck already. I don't think that it needs a different, bigger motor. I think maybe if that Hobbyking 16 does fit in here, I'll go with something like that. Ooh, yeah. A little bit touchy that time, but I'm very, very impressed with what I got for the money. I'm digging it. So, alright, I think since I just bought me this here little measuring caliper so I can start 3D printing some of my own designs a little more accurately and, you know, kind of look cool. Let's go ahead and break out the mini rig here. I'm going to measure these tires just out of curiosity to see how well these things work. Hey, it sits pretty nice and straight. The shocks are kind of impressive for what they are. I was not expecting them shocks to be good. And I'm curious now if the drive shafts turn opposite directions or not. No, they go the same way. But that doesn't always mean torque twist. A lot of people take it as if they both go the same way, you're going to get torque twist, and not always. A lot of vehicles go that way, and they work fine. It's in your suspension mostly, but some you might. I swear that running board don't seem right, but so getting lights with turn signals and flashers and all that good stuff, that's pretty cool for what you pay. Everything on here is just kind of scaled down a touch, which to me is awesome. Now I think they could take these and put 1/12 scale vehicles on the same chassis, but as long as it's a vehicle like this that is supposed to be smaller, it still is a 110, and I think it's sized out perfect. I love it, love it, love it. I really, I've said this already, but I was not expecting to like it as much as I do. And I've seen a lot of people say that, but We're going to upgrade that servo for sure. I don't see a 6 kg getting me around too far. So let's break out me old calipers. So alright y'all. These awesome little calipers, actually, I thought these were the batteries I would have to install, but those are extras. It comes with batteries already in it. So it's pretty handy. Now, let me set this here because we're going to see what size tires these are now. Wish I could probably do it from that side too, but make sure she's loose now. So what we'll do is we'll just get them to the outside and make sure they clear everywhere here. It's pretty close right there. So we'll kind of lock it in place. Got a 3.9. So I would say these are probably a 3.95. Not bad. So at least now I know what size tire I need to get on here to not rub. What size are these rims? I know them ain't no 2.2, so I guess you got to go in the groove where the tire would be sitting to get that 1.9. Nice. I love it. Got me a new tool. So some 3.9 tires. I was waiting until I got this because I've been looking at some on Amazon, and I was like, well, I'm going to make sure to get something that'll go for this truck this time. But I got to get another set for my Camel Trophy truck. I borrowed a set off of my Chevy truck that fits there. Those are 4.3 tires up there off of that Chevy. And I got to get them back on there. So now I'm torn on what size I should get. So alright y'all, we need to wrap this video up. I'm getting super tired, but I just discovered something different on this truck than any I've ever had. So you can turn your headlights on with channel 3, or you could just give it throttle. Going forward they come on. Back up they don't, but when you go forward, just give it some trigger and it automatically does. Now it's actually not that bad. The control is not too bad considering what it is, a 390 motor. I don't know what the ESC is. I didn't really look to see how many amps it was, but anyway, I'm really digging it. I think it'd be a great truck to take on the trail, let my wife run it or something. I could run my Toyota, do a small tire truck run. That'd be all right. So again, another huge shout out and thanks to Hobbyking and the Turnigy batteries. Definitely worth checking those out. I mean, I can't wait to see what this does. It's been raining like you wouldn't believe this evening. It's way later now than what it was earlier, and it's just been pouring the rain. God, I hope it stops tomorrow so I can go do something. Anyway, y'all, thanks again for all your support. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, click on those links in the description below. Thank you for buying me this truck this month, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.